Hello, this is Clemmy Games and welcome to a first look at Winged Sakura Endless Dream, a roguelite with tower defense elements developed by Winged Sakura Games and released on Steam in October 2017. For disclosure, I received this game for free. The developer has been around for a while, releasing Winged Sakura Mindy's Arc in 2014 and Winged Sakura Demon Civil War in 2016, and the games take place in the same universe with recurring characters. However, not having played either of the previous games did not stop me from enjoying this roguelike tower defense. What I find interesting is how the developer shifts their focus from the core mechanics of their games from a Plants vs Zombie-like lane-based tower defense to a full-on JRPG, and now this. And surprisingly, the games are all relatively well received. While there are enemy girls and fan service here, I shall instead choose to focus on the core gameplay, which is a fascinating mix of genres. Previously seen in Dungeon of the Endless, but in a different visual style and with quite a number of additional systems layered upon it. When starting a new run, you have to select your character and class, which differs visually as well as in their abilities. There are 3 classes: Assassin, Mage, and Archer, with the first being a melee character, while the other 2 are ranged, with the Mage having more glass cannon type attributes of higher damage but low health and defense. Furthermore, you are able to select your starting Sakura, which adds benefits such as elemental damage to your attacks, and even support abilities which increases resource drops, critical damage, and so on. You can also toggle the type of enemies that you want to face, as well as the difficulty level of easy, normal, or hard. The objective in every level is to escort the core, a pink-haired lady with fox-like ears named Mimi, from the starting room to the transport room. Like in most tower defense, it is game over if your core's health is depleted. New waves of enemies are triggered by opening doors, at which point enemies will spawn in and begin to move towards Mimi. There are some enemies like the bees that go straight for the core, while others like the beetles will target your character instead. In the top left are 4 types of polygons, which are the main currency here. These are mainly obtained from building generators and from random drops after opening doors. Red polygons are used for building, green for leveling up, recruiting temporary Sakuras and recovering health, blue for upgrading towers and recovering mana, and pink for removing curses from rooms. The minimap at the top right is particularly useful since at a glance it tells you which rooms are cursed and where the enemies are. Winged Sakura has a unique system for tower defense in that every time you open a door, rooms which are cursed will spawn enemies, meaning that you can choose enemy spawns. Removing a curse from a room will allow you to build towers and generators in that room, but this has to be balanced with the XP gains from killing enemies. I thought that this is a pretty clever component for a tower defense game, so definitely a system worth looking into. The buildings themselves are pretty varied, with 3 main categories being offensive towers, support towers, and generators. The first category comprises of structures like the most basic laser pistol tower, costing 4 red polygons, or the poison emitter costing 10, which does damage over an area. Support towers increases stats like defense or health regeneration, while generators increase the rate at which you obtain additional resources. For example, the red generator increases your red polygon production by 4 per generator per door that you open, but the cost of generators increases the more of them that you build, meaning that there will be a point in the level where it becomes unprofitable to do so. On top of this, your character has their own skills as well: a basic attack, strong attack, a mobility type skill, and the burst attack. Every basic attack landed on an enemy charges up your burst diamonds, displayed at the bottom left, and when this is full and you have sufficient mana, you can use the burst attack, which is sort of like a special. After gaining enough XP, your main character can level up if you spend green polygons, which increases their stats. We also have stat boosters, which have to be equipped, which not only increases your character's stats, but also your towers. So definitely quite a deep system here. Furthermore, in this menu, Sakuras can be assigned either as a supporter or as an operator, with the former buffing your character and the latter buffing your towers. We also have rogue-lite elements during the run, such as random item drops, optional challenges which penalizes you for a few waves with a reward if you manage to survive, shops which allow you to buy and sell boosters, and opportunities to recruit Sakuras, so certainly plenty of procedural elements here. The most exciting part of the run triggers when you begin your escort to the transport room, as the core will continuously move towards the goal while all cursed rooms will spawn enemies. It becomes rather hectic and thrilling as you fend off wave after wave of enemies while trying to protect the core, which is the highlight of the game. There is a loose story about being trapped in the endless dream, told through visual novel-like segments, but in general, I did not find the writing to be all that fantastic or the story to be that compelling. Nevertheless, completing these segments awards you with unsealing petals, which you can use to unlock and upgrade Sakuras from the in-game shop. While I feel that these are relatively marginal upgrades, there is a catch-em-all aspect to this as you unlock their full portrait and a short segment of dialogue when fully upgraded. Since random Sakuras can be encountered during a run, upgrading these will give you a higher chance of getting a higher leveled one during a run, which is always helpful. Overall, Winged Sakura Endless Dream is a unique take on the Rogue-lite. The tower defense elements and cursed rooms design is worth a look, so check it out if you are interested. Anyway, that will do it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment if you like. Thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.